Hey, it's Tim Bod here at the Odd Pod Facebook in the morning. It's March 1st. It's Friday, the best day of the week. Are you ready for the weekend? Got your plans all set? Today I want to share a little observation about free time. Now, the goal of your free time is to get you all recharged so you can dive back into your regular tasks with more energy, ready to rock. But do you find that you're recharged on Monday? Are your tasks a little bit easier? Or are you actually kind of dragging yourself in there? Here's a little tip. At work, there's a lot of things you have to do that seem like a drag. There's things like time tracking, doing your expenses, writing reports, documentation. These things seem to get in the way of doing what you want to do, which is making cool stuff. Now, this is true no matter what kind of field you're in. Dragging yourself into doing these things is at least part of what causes people to feel stressed out. Well, let's say on the weekend, instead of crashing, you put a little time into something you've had on the back burner. Think of some project, something constructive that you've been wanting to try out, and go for it. Now, I'm not saying don't party or go out and see friends. Those things are important. But could you take a bit of your time to make some progress on your own stuff? Better yet, could you include some of your friends in what you're doing? And here's where the little trick comes in. Some of those little side experiments are going to show a lot of promise. And you might start thinking, hey, I've got something going on here. What started as a hobby might become a passion and even change your whole career path. At that point, you may find yourself appreciating some of those things from work a bit more. The time tracking, the documentation and such, they start to become important for your thing. And suddenly your performance on the job is getting better as well. Why? Well, because you've motivated yourself to be a little more on the ball about being aware of your own activities. Because you're invested in this thing you've started, and you've got only so much time in the week, you're training yourself and being more efficient. And that spills over into other areas like your work. Your employer is going to take notice of that. Now, one example I can think of is the company ZenCoder. They're an online video transcoding service, and they're now owned by Brightcove. But I remember reading the first blog post by the guys who made the company. It started in a weekend code jam, and they made something interesting with Ruby on Rails. It was interesting enough they couldn't just let it go. So I kept up with the posts after that and was watching it grow. And it became very evident at some point that they had crossed over into taking this project seriously. They became a great company, finally getting the attention of a larger group and being acquired. Now, what did the ZenCoder guys do? They put positive pressure on themselves by sharing what they were doing online. It made them take the steps they needed to do to keep progressing. So as you head on into the weekend, perhaps you might think about doing some of that creative work you've been setting aside. That's my thought for the day, and I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you've been enjoying the show itself. This is actually 3 weeks now that I've been doing Facebook in the morning. It's been really awesome. Thank you, everybody who's contributed and put a little bit of time and attention into your comments and so forth, and I look forward to giving you more interesting content in the future. Have yourself a great Friday. I'll see you again on Monday.